Up here, I just redid the equation so I can have some room to write. So variables on one side, constants on the other. Your hint is to start with the smallest variable. So who is the smallest variable? The 4x. So we're going to undo or do the inverse of that. So that's going to be negative 4x. Negative 4x. Now some of you might do what we call draw a river or draw the street to keep it balanced. That's fine. Okay. Draw the river, yeah. Okay, so cancel out the 4x. So we have that done. 7x minus 4x is going to leave you with 3x plus 2, and that's going to equal what's remaining, which is a negative 10. Okay. Now, we have to get variables on one side of the equal sign and constants, numbers, on the other side of the equal sign. So now we have to undo what? The 2. It says plus 2, so to undo it, we're going to do minus 2. So they would cancel out. Okay? And then we're just going to rewrite our equation after we do the inverse operation. So when I rewrite it, I'm going to be left with 3x is equal to negative 12. Okay? 3x is going to equal to a negative 12. Now, the variables are different on the same side, then you combine like terms. You're going to still do the same steps. Yeah, so if they're different, like, but they're both on the left side, we're going to put them together first. Okay. All right, so just solve for the variable. That's our last step, our second step. How are we going to solve for this variable? What do we have to do? Divide. Yeah, divide both sides by 3. Our division property of equality. So when we divide, x is going to equal to negative 4. And we're going to box that. And our last step will be check the solution. Okay? Now, I need everyone at this time, if you have not done so, we should be straight practicing right now in our spiral notebook. We don't need the color paper anymore. Now, I'm giving you the option to use Edmodo to work ahead so that when we get to this part, you are on the same page with me. I can't have you playing catch up when we do the application. Okay? So, on this next one, I don't need you to write steps. I need you to just copy down the example. Okay? And we're going to justify our steps. We're going to do it together. The problem is 3.1x plus 9.2 equals 2.06, or 2 and 600ths, minus 1.15x. And we're just going to do it like decimals. We're not even going to worry about eliminating the decimal. But we're going to start with the smallest part, smallest variable. Who would that be? 1.15. Yeah, 1 point. Since we have minus, we're going to undo that. So add 1.15x on both sides. Let's do that. And we're going to rewrite. When we add the 3.1 to the 1.15, we're going to get 4.25x plus 9.2 equals 2.06. So what we did first was we added 1.15x always to both sides. Whatever we do to one, we have to do to the other. Okay, so that was our first step that we did. All right, we have to get the variables in on one side and constants on the other. So what are we going to do now?
Subtract 9.2.
Yeah, let's subtract, write it, 9.2. So we're going to subtract, this is my abbreviation for subtract, sub 9.2 to both sides. 7 point, you're right. Negative 7 point, yeah, 14. There we go, 7.14.
Negative? That would be negative 7.
Yeah, oh, sorry, I forgot the negative, sorry. Okay. Alright, so we still got to solve for the variable. That's our last thing we need to do. And we would do that by dividing by 4.25. And I forgot my x right here. Sorry about that. What is x going to equal? What was that? We got two different answers. I had 6, 8. I got 6, 6. I got 6, 8, 6, 6. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I don't have my calculator up here. Six, 8. I thought you said 6, 6. Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right, let me give you the next two, or the next title, which is going to be solving equations with grouping symbols. On the next page? No, it can be on the same page. Now it's to use the distributive property. So we're going to distribute both coefficients. So this would leave me with, and I have it up here. Hopefully you did that. 10x minus 2 equals 3x plus 33. Okay? Then we're going to get the variables on one side of the equal sign and constants on the other side. So distribute, get your 10x minus 2 equals 3x plus 33. Where should I start? Our hint is start with the smallest. Yeah, minus the 3x. So show that on your paper, minus 3x. And when I do that, I'm going to be 10x minus 3x is 7x minus 2 equals 33. But we have to have the constants on the other side of the equal sign. So how am I going to get the constants on the other side of the equal sign?
Add 2.
Now add 2, because it says minus, we got to undo that. Add 2 to both sides. When we do that, we're going to have 7x equals 35. So we got to solve for the variable. And what would that give me?
5.
Yeah. Divide both sides by 7. X equals 5. And then we just check our solution. All right? Okay, we got one more. All right. Sorry, does anyone need this still? Okay, I'm going to go up. Okay, so I need you to get these two examples down. I want you to work ahead if you can work ahead, but I'm hoping you see the first one because we have parentheses. You have to do the distributive property first. So go ahead and do that and see if you got your new equation, how it will be written when you simplify that. And we're going to check to see if you're on the right track. So I'm giving you time to work ahead. Check each step. You should have, when you distribute the negative 2 to the minus 1, it makes that now a positive 2. So you should have negative 6y plus 4 equals negative 4y plus 2. So make sure you distribute to both terms inside the parentheses and you pay attention to your signs. Now, if I start with the smallest variable, and if you did that too, that's actually going to be here. Okay, if you start with the smallest, that's actually the negative 6. Negative 6 is smaller than negative 4, okay? And the reason why we just do that is just to make sure that our values can get to a positive. We don't have to worry about dividing or having to do inverse to get rid of the negative. So, but you could have started with the negative 4. We're going to have 4 is equal to 2y plus 2. All right, I'm going to let you keep. You'll end up with the same result as long as you do your integer rules correctly, okay? All right, so we still got to get constants on the other side of the equal sign. Now we got to get it to the left side. So try to do the next 2 steps. See if you can get your solution. Yes, good. Alright, hopefully you got 1 equals y. Alright? Alright, we're going to finish. We're going to go over the next one when we come back from lunch.